Hello. I thought we would start filming as I walked to my car. I have a pride flag, as you saw, if you caught the first 6 seconds of this. Off we go to work. There was an interesting quote I saw someone post in the XJW subreddit from the Young People Ask book. And it said something along the lines of, "Are Christians homophobic?" And it has a quote about loving all people, and it says, no, Christians are not homophobic. No, they respect all people, even those that are gay. Well, is that true? Is that true? Well, recently, buckle in for safety. Recently, like 2 days ago, my parents came over to our house to see the babies. That's fine. It's really awkward because we're not talking about religion. My parents are super witnessy. Gotta repaint the nails. And they, my dad saw the pride flag, which has been out for quite a while. I guess they haven't noticed or didn't know what it was, or maybe it was dark. They've been over a few times. They definitely should have seen it. My dad took a moment to go off around the house and cry for a little bit. So, are witnesses homophobic? Well, depends on what your definition of homophobic is. If you're defining that as we yell slurs at people, then I guess they're not homophobic. Because the witnesses generally don't do that, at least to people they know are gay. They won't tell them to their face the things that they think. They will be polite. Now, do they think negative things about those people? Oh, absolutely. Like, my dad would not have cried at seeing a rainbow-colored flag if he didn't think that LGBTQ people were not good, you know? Like, there's no reason to get upset unless you think that the group that flag represents is bad, or you know, unless you have some sort of negative association with it. Now, that was upsetting, because I don't want to make my dad cry. He's a very sweet man. My parents are very sweet. But are they homophobic? My dad would not watch Mrs. Doubtfire, where Robin Williams dresses as an old British woman and pretends to be, or as a nanny for his children. He is divorced and he cannot see his children, and so he dresses up as an old British woman to be their nanny so he has an opportunity to spend time with them. And the fact that Robin Williams is cross-dressing in this movie, that was a bridge too far for my dad. He didn't think that was acceptable. Very uncomfortable with gay people, very uncomfortable with anything that strikes outside of heteronormative conservative Christians' 1950s values. They've seen me wear nail polish on multiple occasions, and they haven't said anything. So, don't know what they're thinking about that, but, I mean, they didn't say anything rude to me. So again, the question becomes, are they homophobic? Well, racists don't think that they're racists unless they're yelling the N-word at someone. But if you think in the back of your head, well, obviously those people are inferior. Obviously those people are, untrustworthy, bad, whatever negative stereotype you have. Well, you're still racist then. You're just not, you're not loudly yelling it. So if you're polite to gay people, but in the back of your mind, you think that they're disgusting, you're homophobic, 100%. It is the classic example with the witnesses where thoughts are secondary to action. Kind of like in all of my experiences with the shepherding calls. They don't really care what I believe. They care that I am not outwardly saying those things. If you can suppress those thoughts well enough and come back to the hall, cool, you're good. basically the gist I got. If you are willing to pretend hard enough, cool. You're good. You can be gay, you just can't act on it, and you have to suppress those thoughts and, hate yourself. It's simple. It's really simple. Just hate yourself. That's fine. See? We can all get along. And the thing is, too, about that notion, well, we don't say mean things to people. We don't try and get them banned. Yeah, but you kick them out of your house if you find out that they're gay. Our friend Moss, as an example. Many other examples. Very easy to find. And you also say those horrible things around other witnesses. You might not think about whether or not any of those people you're talking to are in the closet or not, but you're willing to say those gross things to other witnesses, so you might not yell at the door to a gay couple, "Ew, you're gross, God's gonna get you." But you'll say that when you get back into your car with the rest of your service group. You'll say that at the Kingdom Hall after there's been a part on the horrors of gay marriage. The erosion of the family will lead to the downfall of society, or some such nonsense. Which, I will put a little asterisk here, is the exact same thing that was used to try and discourage interracial marriage, that it would lead to the collapse of the family, the erosion of family values. Seems like it's bullshit. Seems like it's an excuse for you not liking a certain group of people. They're icky. Let's come up with some reasons why they shouldn't exist. Or at least not exist where we can see them. The other thing the witnesses will do is they're always shoving their lifestyle in our faces. Well, you knock on people's doors. You're literally actively going around and being like, "Hi, we believe in the Bible. Would you like us to tell you more? Would you like to learn more?" It's literally what you're doing. I've never had a gay person knock on my door and be like, "Let me tell you the wonders of the homosexual lifestyle." This literally never happened. And I doubt that this happened to anyone. I mean, there's 7 billion people, so, somewhere I'm sure that this has happened. But they're a very small outlier. It is statistically insignificant. And yet the witnesses knock on people's doors to tell them about how they should change their lifestyle and become just like us. It's projection at its finest. "Hi, this is my wife and our 2.5 children. Normal, average, heterosexual family. Nice to meet you. Would you like to come to our congregation and learn about why God thinks that this is good?" I'm not getting down on the straights as a straight. But I do think it's funny. The double standard. The double standard of how can they go around and promote their values like that? Okay, you get the next door. You want to join up and change your values to align with ours? It's so funny. It's very, very funny. I gotta leave. So, are the witnesses homophobic? Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%. They are so homophobic. They might not say in their literature, they dog whistle it, obviously. They're not willing to come out and say, gay people are an abomination, but they are perfectly willing to say that these people with their immoral lifestyles are unacceptable to God and will be dealt with, which is code for God's gonna come down and roast them. And as we talked about in my last video, possibly with antimatter. God's gonna shoot his antimatter torpedoes, like from Star Trek, and blast those sinful heathens into non-existence. Pew! But we don't hate them. We just don't like them. Anyway, I need to drive. I'm gonna be safe. I'm at the end of my road. I appreciate you very much. Have a great day. Have a fantastic day. If you want to support the channel, like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those good things. That helps the YouTube algorithm. And there are referral links in the description. I have read all of those books. I think all of those books are very good. If you want to learn more about the Bible, if you want to learn more about the witnesses, or if you want to learn more about cults or abusive relationships, because there's a lot of overlap between those two things. And the tools that abusers or cults use to control you and manipulate your thoughts and emotions. I recommend all of those books. They are referral links to Amazon, so I will get a couple pennies if you buy one. I think that they're all very good. So that is all that I have for you. I am going to go to work now and drive safely and put my phone down. And I hope that you had a fantastic day, are going to have more fantastic day ahead of you, and I will see you next time.